Today I'm going to be introducing to you a revolutionary concept in marketing. This concept is none other than Revere's law of market magnetism. And actually flips traditional marketing on its head. Traditional marketing meaning reactive marketing, where you find a customer, you try and spend time and money advertising towards them and things of that nature. This concept flips all of that on its head. With this concept, you essentially draw the customer to you. And this concept works in three principles, and I'm going to break this down. But firstly, let's develop the name of the concept. The name of the concept is Revere's law of market magnetism. Now, to think about it in this way, let's do a quick example, right? Theoretically, you could be a sun ray. Think of traditional marketing like a sun ray, right? You're trying to think this is a customer over here, it's a customer over here, it's a customer over here. You're a sun ray. You're trying to reach the customer with the rays and hope that you touch them. However, Revere's law of market magnetism says that you can be the sun and people will have to get an umbrella to get out of the way of the sun, right? The sun, everybody sees the sun, right? People need sunscreen for the sun. Revere's law of market magnetism is, instead of being a sun ray, hoping to catch the back of somebody's head, what you can be is the sun and make people go sit in their car and turn the AC on because you're so hot, you're so overbearing in the market. This is precisely the nature of it. So let's discuss. So there's three key things I need you to understand. Three key principles. The first, steel toe positioning. Second, funnel disruption. Third, environmental gravity. So what do these things mean and how do they play into the... So to implement the Revere's law of market magnetism in your business, you need to understand the three pillars that comprise the strategy. So the first, steel toe position. Think about it this way. Theoretically, you could, right? Start a restaurant and, market, hey guys, we got $3 sandwiches over here, we have whatever, right? Whatever, however you market a restaurant. Or let's say you started a restaurant, it's next to a college, and you want more people in the college to come off their break and try, in between classes and try your restaurant. You could throw ads in social media targeting, and hey guys, we have the best sandwiches in the world and you should give us a try. And they're not going to, because people get millions of ads a day in their phone, right? People are tired of seeing ads, right? This is something we can all agree on, that people are tired of being sold to, right? But instead, the Revere's law of market magnetism, steel toe positioning. What this means is, instead of sending ads to those college students, putting a table at the college, right? So now the students are walking by, what they're looking at is, what is this table? What is going on? Why is there so many people around this table? And to understand, this is steel toe positioning. Positioning yourself in the target market, where traditional marketing, you could just spend money throwing it at ads, right? You could do that. Theoretically, maybe it does work. Or you could use Revere's law of market magnetism and strategically pull your target audience into your environment and have them consider your product, but without even buying, right? Before they've even bought. Right? So think about it like this. Your target client is walking by. This is steel toe positioning. This is the first principle you need to understand. The second principle is funnel disruption. Essentially what you're doing here is you're invoking what is called a new term, what is called dynamic awareness. What this is that instead of, let's take traditional awareness that, oh yes, I know that there's a restaurant across the street, right? First, to understand that now you've put this sandwich, you've put a table on the campus, and now you're hosting a sandwich competition with all of the college students aware. And the best sandwich wins, gets to be featured on the menu. Now, think about it this way. This is dynamic awareness because before the consumer has even considered your brand, they have begun to think of you as an authority in the environment. Think about it from this position. So this is different from regular awareness, to where, yes, I know it's a restaurant over there, to wait. I was just walking to my car from class. You got a restaurant, y'all got a table here, y'all having a sandwich competition? Everybody's got a competition going on? Dang, who winning? Dynamic awareness. Before they've even realized that they've theoretically bitten the cheese in our environment, in the environment that we've crafted, they're involved. Versus, yes, I know it's a sandwich over there. I know, yeah, I don't eat sandwiches too much. But word, y'all boys got a sandwich, y'all boys got a competition going on? Dynamic awareness, right? And so thirdly, environmental gravity. This is very important because you can put this in the middle of nowhere and nobody's going to come. But the steel toe position, funnel disrupt, right? You're disrupting the natural sales funnel. And then environmental gravity, you're pulling people towards you. Now, sometimes you need to kickstart. Maybe you can have 10 or so of your friends already standing in line at the thing. That way people walking by think that it's something bigger than it is. So now when you have this, and essentially you have the steel toe positioning, you put a table on the campus, people are walking by, you disrupted the funnel, now they're looking like, what's going on? Then thirdly, environmental gravity, you're pulling people in, right? People are looking what's going on, and then now very quickly what you're going to realize is that you're going to have a buzz built around you, and all of these people are potential clients, right? Just think about it from this perspective, right? A sandwich shop. You theoretically could, hey guys, you just pass out coupons all day and hope people want to come try your bullshit ass sandwiches. Or steel toe positioning, you can put a table on the campus and host a college sandwich competition. And now college students are each bringing themselves before you because you've steel toe positioned your brand as the authority in the sandwiches because you're the one evaluating the contest, my friend. You're the one who's saying this is the best sandwich. This one isn't. And to think about that. Think about this. When you have a sandwich company and you're saying this is the best sandwich, well, everybody, they're going to believe you, fam. You're a sandwich company. Aren't they not? They have no knowledge of who you are, except they don't know that this is your first time doing this, but they're thinking, okay, this is a sandwich company. They tried all the sandwiches, that one's the best. So now this makes them more inclined to try your sandwiches because you've positioned yourself very subtly as an authority, steel toe positioning in the environment of your target customer. So then this explain how this disrupts the funnel, because traditional sales funnel is awareness and then consideration and then purchase and all of these things. What we're doing, we're skipping all of that and we're jumping straight to consideration, right? It's a 7-step funnel. I'm simplifying a little. We're jumping straight to consideration because the moment that you put yourself in charge of the contest, everybody's thinking like, yeah, they know what they're talking about. Straight to consideration to know, now I want a sandwich. Oh, I remember that contest. You understand? Now you've positioned yourself first of mind, steel toe positioning. Funnel disruption. You've skipped the long process of sending an ad, sending a flyer, doing a taste, running a promotion. You've skipped all of that. Boom, I'm here. People are here. I'm the authority. And you know what? When I'm trying to see who won as an attendee, this is who is in charge. Environmental gravity, you're pulling people towards you. You're pulling the people towards you. You can chase the people, right? You think about it like this. Chasing the people is like being the sun ray, right? Essentially, you could be a sun ray, right? And these are people, right? And try and think about it like you're a sun ray. And think about sending an ad as somebody is like basically being the sun ray and trying to touch somebody's shoulder, right? With the ad. Like, hey, right, you look up, dang, this is the sun ray. Verse. You can be the entire sun and make people rush to their car to go get an umbrella because it's so hot, right? You can make people go put on sunscreen because it is crazy hot out here, right? And to think about that, how can you make your brand so omnipresent in the mind of your consumer that, fam, they literally need to go put on sunscreen just so that that way they can be protected. They need to stand in the shade because your brand is overpowering. This is precisely the Revere'S law of market magnetism. Pretty simplified, right? We're not diving into deep. But to understand Revere'S law of market magnetism, how do you make your brand the sun and force people to go get shade? Now to think about it like this, you can make your brand the sun and sell the umbrellas. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can make your brand the sun, so overbearing, so overpopulated, so omnipresent, and sell the umbrella. You can be the sun, sell them the shade. This is precisely Revere's law of market magnetism is pretty simplified for you. You know, I can dive into depth a lot about this topic, but simplified it for you for the action. For those who needed a quick video, how to take this framework and how to apply it to their business. This is something you could apply over any different businesses. And I'm actually going to apply it live so you can see versus taking my word. And I'm going to tell you that the industries right now that I've identified that I'm going to do it, this is the fashion industry. I'm going to do this in the music industry. And you know, I'm going to do this landscaping industry. I'm going to do this e-commerce industry. I'm going to show you live, right? These are few industries. I'm going to show you how to apply, how to become the sun, and then sell people the shade. I'm going to show you. And then you can do it alongside yourself. So take this video as like a brief little introduction. And then when you see me apply it, you can come back right here and understand that I explained it to you first. Maybe I didn't explain it the best, but when you see it, you're going to understand that this is where we start.